we're back with another readathon. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now for today's video, I'm going to be doing an announcement video with my best friends here on BookTube and in the book community. Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers, Jessica from Peace Love Books, and I myself, we are hosting our historical romance readathon from January 15th all the way to the 21st in 2021, and we're so excited for you guys to join us. Last year we hosted our first historical romance readathon in the beginning of the year, and we had such an amazing turnout of people who already enjoyed the genre, but we also saw a lot of people who were intimidated by the genre actually take part in this readathon and try out the genre and actually fall in love with it. And we're so excited to be hosting this one this time of the year. But this time around, we are so excited to be reading new releases. We're so excited to be digging back into the back corners of our bookshelves, finding the books that we've been putting off for a very long time and reading that too as well. Also finding new authors. So for this readathon, we're also hosting it on our BookTube channels as well as our Bookstagram pages. So if you guys haven't followed us yet, definitely go check it out. I want to leave all the links to my co-hosts down in the description box so you guys can go give them a follow. On Instagram, we have many templates that we are going to be uploading into our story and probably saving it into our highlight stories as well, so you guys can grab the templates and use it as well. We created a bingo sheet that we're pretty proud of because it has really interesting prompts and really fun prompts that you guys can win bingo. And then we also have a TBR list, so you can write your TBRs and share it with everybody else who's participating in the readathon. And also, if you guys want to participate in the readathon and you guys want us to see your posts, definitely use our hashtag #HRReadathon on Instagram, on Twitter, and let's start a conversation. Let's start chatting about historical romances. We are so excited for more people to fall in love with this genre. Definitely, if you guys are intimidated by the genre and you guys don't know where to start, we have a lot of videos that are already posted on our channels. You can also get started on looking at Goodreads lists. There's a lot of people who love historical romance that have curated lists specifically to different tropes. And then there's also more recommendation videos here on BookTube as well. I personally have a guide to different historical romance authors on my BookTube channel. So if you guys haven't checked that out yet, I have a specific playlist on my main page where I talk about specific authors. And then I forgot to also mention that our group read is a Joanna Shute book called A Notorious Vow. And then this one is one that we're all so excited for because we never read this book yet. And it's actually really hard for us to pick a group read because we read so much that at least one person always has read the book that one person also suggested. So if you guys don't know what A Notorious Vow is about, it's basically a marriage of convenience trope. It follows a girl named Christina, and Christina is, I believe, an American. She's born in New York City and she has to move back to London so that she can marry someone who's really wealthy, so that she can have the money, so that she can help her family who is kind of poor. But when her family sets her up with this man that she does not want at all and does not find attractive, she turns to her very dark and mysterious neighbor named Oliver. And Oliver is very reclusive. He's very shy. He likes to keep to himself. He certainly doesn't want to fall in love and, you know, commit himself to a relationship, but he does agree to Christina's plan and decides that they will be married and they'll stay married for one whole year. But obviously romance happens, and hopefully a happily ever after happens too as well. I'm very excited to read this because I love the opposites attract trope as well as a marriage of convenience trope where two people actually think that they won't ever fall in love. So I'm excited to see how this one plays out. So one of the authors I actually want to try to get to is Megan Frampton. Megan Frampton is actually an author that was suggested to me by Goodreads reviewers because they said that her writing is actually very funny, and I'm a big fan of comedic relief in my historical romances. I really like the dry, sarcastic humor, so I'm excited to dive right into this. I've already started, actually. I read one chapter of this book already, and I did laugh a little bit. Another book that I want to read during the readathon is actually a book that I've already left on my bedside table that I have to pick up and read sometime soon. This one is called The Beauty and the Spy by Gail Callan. Basically, I hauled book 1 and book 2 in the series where it's about our male heroes who are undercover spies, and then they get themselves kind of twisted in these relationships and falling in love with someone that they least expect. So this one is actually the second book in the series, and this one follows a character who is an undercover spy and a female who finds him at a party and overhears his conversations, and then she mistakenly thinks that he's a traitor to the country, so then she wants to turn him into the police, but then he's like, no, I'm not a bad guy, I'm literally trying to save the country. And it's about these two people kind of having to complete this whole mission together because she keeps trying to run away and tell the police. And he doesn't actually want to reveal his secret. And also it might ruin the operation and the plan in the end. So I'm excited to read this book. So another book that I do want to pick up is actually part of this series called the Gilded Age Girls Club series by Maya Rodell. This one's actually, I think, maybe the second book in the series, maybe the third one. I haven't read book 1 or book 3 or book whatever in the series yet, but I am interested in reading this series mostly because I fell in love with Maya Rodell last month, and I still haven't uploaded that video where I did a whole guide to Maya Rodell books, but I will for sure upload it before the Historical Romance Readathon so that you guys can check out her books because I absolutely adore her writing. I think she's very fun and flirty with her writing, and her characters are always so sweet to each other. I think this one follows American characters and it's set in New York City, and then they are fashion designers and they own like fashion stores and dress shops and things like that. So excited to pick up the series because I just want to see how Maya's writing progresses, because this one is her newer series that has been published in the last couple of years. So another author that I do want to read more of is Anna Harrington. Anna Harrington is one of my favorite historical romance authors simply because I read, I think, like 2 of her books and they were both 5 out of 5 stars. They were both like filled with very complex characters in very complicated situations, and then they all had a very good happily ever after that I felt like that they deserved it. And it was just emotional. These characters are just so raw and so realistic. So I absolutely want to go back into Anna Harrington's books. The problem is that she didn't write that many. And then I'm always so nervous about reading all of like an author's works because then I have nothing left of theirs. And then I have to wait patiently for their later releases. So these books are a part of the series from Forever Romance. I'm not sure if I can read all 3 of them during the Historical Romance Readathon simply because these are physical copies and I go to work. So this one's called How I Married a Marquess. This one's called Dukes Are Forever. And then this one's called Along Came a Rogue. And I think this is all part of the same trilogy. So excited to go through them and excited to see what I pick up. But that is it for my announcement video for our readathon. So excited. If you guys are going to be joining our readathon, let us know in the comments if you're excited to as well. Tag us on Twitter, chat with us in our Instagram DMs. We're always here to discuss historical romances, and we're always happy to discuss anything that's related to books. But until next time, I'll see you guys again during our Historical Romance Readathon and also during all the historical romance videos that I still have to post. I filmed a lot of these videos and I haven't posted them yet, but very soon you'll see them on my channel. But until the next time, I'll see you guys again. Bye.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because